Hello, welcome to my channel again, and we're going to talk about the No Surprise Act, ending surprise medical bills. This, as you can see, this is on cms.gov, and we'll take a look at this here. So, surprise billing and protecting consumers. As of January 1st, 2022, consumers have new billing protections when getting emergency care, non-emergency care from out-of-network providers at in-network facilities, and air ambulance services from out-of-network providers. Through new rules aimed to protect consumers, excessive out-of-pocket costs are restricted, and emergency services must continue to be covered without any prior authorization, and regardless of whether or not a provider or facility is in network. Previously, if consumers had health coverage and got care from an out-of-network provider, their health plan usually wouldn't cover the entire out-of-network cost. This left many with higher costs than if they'd been seen by an in-network provider. This is especially common in an emergency situation where consumers might not be able to choose the provider. Even if a consumer goes to an in-network hospital, they might get care from out-of-network providers at the facility. In many cases, the out-of-network provider could bill consumers for the difference between the charges the provider billed and the amount paid by the consumer's health care. This is known as balance billing. An unexpected balance bill is called a surprise bill. The Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2021 was enacted on December 27, 2020, and contains many provisions to help protect consumers from surprise bills, including the No Surprises Act under Title I and Transparency under Title II. Now, you can learn more about it at Protections for Consumers, Understanding Costs in Advance to Avoid Surprise Bills and What Happens When Payment Disagreements Arise After Receiving Medical Care. So let's click on some of these links. Let's look at Protection for Consumers. New protections for you. What are surprise medical bills? If you have health insurance and get care from an out-of-network provider or at an out-of-network facility, your health plan may not cover the entire out-of-network cost. This can leave you with higher costs than if you got care from an in-network provider or facility. In the past, in addition to an out-of-network cost sharing, you might owe like co-insurance or co-payments. The out-of-network provider or facility could bill you for the difference between the billed charge and the amount your healthcare plan paid, unless banned by state law. This is called balance billing. An unexpected balance bill from an out-of-network provider is called a surprise medical bill. What are the new protections if I have health insurance? Now, if you get health coverage through your employer, the health insurance marketplace, or an individual health insurance plan you purchase directly from an insurance company, these new rules will: 1, ban surprise bills for emergency services, even if you get out of network and without approval beforehand prior authorization. It would also ban out-of-network cost sharing, like co-insurance or co-payments for all emergency and some non-emergency services. You can't be charged more than in-network cost sharing for these services, and any cost sharing you pay counts towards your deductible and maximum out-of-pocket limits for the policy year. It also banned out-of-network charges and balance bills for supplemental care like anesthesiology or radiology by out-of-network providers who work at certain in-network facilities like a hospital or ambulatory surgical center. Require that healthcare providers and facilities give you an easy-to-understand notice explaining that getting care out of network could be more expensive and your options to avoid balance bills. You're not required to sign this notice or get care out of network. If you have if you have a health insurance plan with an out-of-network benefit, like a preferred provider organization, PPO, you can choose to go to an out-of-network provider, but you can't be billed more than in-network cost sharing amounts for items or services provided by an out-of-network provider at an in-network facilities unless you consent to getting care out of the network by signing a notice and consent form. What are the new protections if I don't have health insurance or choose not to use it? If you don't have insurance or choose not to use it, these new rules make sure you get a good faith estimate of how much your care will cost before you get care. They also allow you to file a dispute if you are charged more than $400 above the estimate. Are there exceptions to these protections? These protections don't apply in all situations. If you have a vision or dental only plan, these new billing protections generally don't apply to services these plans cover. But if you have a health plan that includes dental or vision benefits, these protections could apply to any dental or vision services covered by your health plan. The balance billing protections generally don't apply to ground ambulance services. Some health insurance coverage programs already have protections against high medical bills. You're already protected against surprise medical billing if you have coverage through Medicare, Medicaid, Indian Health Services, Veterans Affairs Healthcare, or TRICARE. These new rules don't apply to these programs. Say no surprise, understand your rights against surprise bills, health insurance terms you should know. How do I read my medical bill? I mean, these are things you could come on this website. Again, I'm on cms.gov, and you may want to come on here and just read for yourself, see what fits for you. Just don't let these providers overcharge you. When they're sending you these bills saying, oh, well, the insurance paid this and now you got to pay this. No, you agreed to that amount from the healthcare insurance. If that's the amount that you agreed to, that's all you get. And then there was back on this other page, it says payment disagreements. So you can put in a dispute. You see, you can resolve the bill disagreements, payment disputes between uninsured or self-pay consumers and providers. You can dispute these things with them. So again, don't hesitate. Come on over here and see what they're saying. This is a governmental website. It is a .gov site, So check them if they're doing something that they're not supposed to be doing to you. We have rights. We have rights. Know your rights. Protect yourself. You are a consumer. Remember that. A consumer. So again, look up the No Surprise Act. Look up the surprise billing. This is just something that I found I wanted to share with you guys. Well, I didn't find it. Someone brought it to my attention. I didn't even know it existed until a couple weeks ago. But it's just something for you guys to look at. There's so much out here. Everybody, you can't find everything on your own. So I'm here researching, sharing what I find. And I watch other videos with people they were researching and they're sharing what they find. So let's get this knowledge and let's live better than we lived last year. When you know better, you're supposed to do better. So thank you for coming by. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will share something with you next time. Have a good evening.